Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to solo Nightmare Plus on Impel Down. Not the regular Nightmare mode, but the Nightmare Plus mode after you complete a normal run. So if you are going to do this, I recommend just going in, doing normal difficulty, clearing it real quick, and then, going into Nightmare Plus. That's the more effective. If you want to do hard mode, you can. It's really up to you, but I just recommend just doing normal and just getting it over with just to get there. So after you complete a run, but actually before you complete a run, these are the things you're going to need in order to actually be able to complete Nightmare Plus. If you don't have these, it's going to be very difficult. These make it extremely easy. This allows you to complete runs within like 45 to 50 minutes, and it gives you triple the amount of points as hard mode. I've done solo hard mode already. It's only giving you 3,000 points, but solo Nightmare Plus gives 9,000 points, and it only takes about 10 to 15 minutes more than hard. And then hard takes 30 minutes, Nightmare Plus takes around 45 to 50. So it's up to you. If you want to stick to doing hard, you can, but I recommend doing Nightmare Plus. So what you're going to need is Cyborg. You are 100% going to need Cyborg. Highly recommend Cyborg. You're going to need Suke. Now, if you don't have Suke equipped, you can find one in Impel Down. It's pretty easy. Just search common chest. I recommend that you try your best to find Suke as early as possible, either in the first room or the second room, because once you get to the second floor, it might get a little hard, and I'll explain why when you get there. The third thing you're going to need, obviously, is if you don't have Suke, you're going to need a dark root to reset your fruit. You don't need to reset it right away, so you can go look for one if you don't get one off the spawn room. And then one thing that I highly recommend, you don't need it, you do not need it, but I highly recommend you carry in Festival Shield. Like I said, you don't need it, it's not a necessity, but I highly recommend it. If you don't have one, like I said, you can go find one in Impel Down. Hopefully you get one from a legendary chest. But the two things that I say that you really need is Cyborg and Suke. Those two are like I wouldn't replace those at all. Festival Shield, it just makes it a lot easier. Now I'm going to be explaining the boss system. Now, Impel Down floor 2 and 3 run on a boss system. They rotate between Cupid Queen, Love Empress, and Elo Bunny. So how it works is, say for example, you fight Elo Bunny, and you go into the next room, and then you fight Cupid Queen, and then you go into the next room and you don't fight the Love Empress. Like, you don't see her, you never fight her. Once you get to the third floor, the Love Empress can spawn on the third floor. She will spawn on the third floor. Now, the room she spawns in on the third floor is random. So just be ready for when she spawns in. I'll tell you once we get there how to become ready. But that's how the boss system works for floor 2 and 3. Now, technically, you can knock them all out on once in floor 2 if you go into both sides of the room and clear them out and hope for the spawn. But even then, it still might not spawn for you, and one of the bosses still might spawn on the third floor. So I just recommend you don't try and do the second room. Just do one room. Whatever bosses you get, and then just get ready for the third floor to fight whatever bosses you did not get. So how you want to complete these floors is pretty simple. Once you get past, the first floor, the maze and all that. Also for the maze, I recommend that you just go through the left side. Just stick to the hard left, like as far left as you possibly can. That's what I do. I just keep going left and left and left until I get out. Sometimes it's a little longer than others. Sometimes I get out in like 5-10 seconds and I'm lay out of the maze. Sometimes it takes a little longer, a minute or so. It's up to you how you want to do it. Just get out the maze. So once you get to the second floor, what you want to do is you want to activate Suke. Right? By now you should have a Suke. You want to activate Suke, and you want to just simply run up to whatever is in the room, and if it's a boss, just use Missile Shower. It's pretty simple. If it's not a boss, just deactivate your Suke, and fight them as normal. Now there are rooms obviously that have set bosses. Now for those rooms, you already know what to do. Just use Suke and then missile shower, and then run back, get to somewhere safe, somewhere where the boss can see you, but you are also become safe. So you can either Geppo down and then Geppo back up to get the boss's attention. You can use cyborg flight. It's really up to you what you want to do. If you want to put more stamina in to keep your stamina, that's up to you. The reason you want to do this is because if you notice, while you're missile showering them, they are healing. And how GPO works is if they're standing in one place, they will heal. That's just how it works. If they're on their spawn location, they're going to heal. So you want, after you're done missile showering and your Suke invisibility is done, you want to get their attention so they stop healing. That's what you want to do. But make sure you're safe though. There's always a safe spot in every boss room, in every place. There's always one place you can be safe. So just get safe. Especially for the Love Empress. She does a lot of damage. And when we get to her, I'll explain how to fight her, pretty simply, pretty easily. But she does a lot of damage, so just be ready for her. So if you notice, right before I fought the Love Empress, I stopped, because I was burning. Do not activate Suke if you have any type of damage on you. That includes fire damage, burn damage, a boss teleports you to you. Do not activate Suke. Make sure you're safe when you activate Suke. So how you want to fight the Love Empress? Pretty simple. All you got to do is run in the room, Suke, missile shower. After you're done missile showering, activate a health potion, or drink a health potion, my bad. That's all you got to do. Just drink a health potion, and then run away. Make sure you're safe from her. Make sure you don't get hit by too much damage. I have basically 2000 HP. I just have that just for safety. If you confident in yourself, you want to have less HP and have more stamina or something, that's up to you. I just do not want to risk anything, so I just have a bunch of HP. And then once you're safe, activate Suke again and go back to missile showering. So after you activate the lever, you're going to encounter your first room designated boss. The Sphinx will always spawn in this room 100% of the time, no matter what difficulty. So you're going to do the same thing. Activate Suke, missile shower. High Guard is the next room designated boss to spawn. So I think you know what to do by now. Same thing you've been doing. So as you can see, the Cupid Queen did spawn here. Like I said, it's random. She could have spawned into the room on my left, the right, or the rooms above me. It's completely random. So just make sure before you enter any room, if she doesn't spawn or whatever boss you have doesn't spawn right away in the first room, just make sure you activate Suke before you enter any of the rooms. Jailerhan is the next room designated boss. The head jailer is the last boss you're going to fight on floor 3. Alright, so once you get to floor 4, reset your stats. The reason you want to do this is because now you want to make a melee build. Reason for that is because of Krampus. Krampus is not the greatest boss to fight with this method because he does a snowstorm. And since the snowstorm constantly does damage, in the area of effect, your Suke will always just deactivate immediately. Thus, you can't spam Missile Shower because he's going to start blocking. So what you want to do is you want to switch to a melee build at the very beginning of floor 4. And once you fight Krampus, you can then switch off the melee build if you want and then go back to, cyborg spamming. But if you don't want to, you can fight this entire floor melee only. I did it in this video just in case, someone gets unlucky and they had to fight, Santa and the Nutcracker before they fought Krampus. Be sure to reset your stats at the very beginning. Once you fight Krampus, you can go back to doing the cyborg. For the Nutcracker, as you can see in the video, I use Suke at the very beginning. I just chose to do that. You don't have to do that. For the first half of the fight, I just want to show that you can still use Suke in an effective way if you just want to take it real easy, make it super simple. But on the second half of his health, I fought him without Suke and didn't use it at all, just to show that there are 2 ways to fight him with the melee build. Alright, so for Santa is very easy. So if you want to use Suke, you don't want to use Suke, it's really up to you. It's a very, very easy boss. Like, you should have no trouble fighting him at all. So right here, as you can see, I'm resetting my stats. That's because this is the last boss of floor 4. So you don't need to, run that melee build anymore. Even if you got Krampus super late, you don't have to run anymore. You can go back to sideboard. Alright, so once you reach floor 5, you're only going to encounter 2 bosses before the final boss, which is going to be Ball and Jester. Those are the only 2 bosses you're going to fight on this floor. Now, the first boss I fight is Ball. Ball teleports a lot, so when you're done missile showering and you're out of Suke, keep moving. Do not stop moving, because he will keep teleporting to you, and he will occasionally hit you. Don't worry about that. It's going to be some very minor damage. If he hits you a little too much, make sure to drink a health potion after, the next time you Suke. But just keep moving. That's the most important part about fighting Ball. I'll explain how to fight Jester once we get there. Alright, so for Jester, what you want to do is, after you're done missile showering, you come down from Suke, look out for his mines that he places on the floor. Wherever the furthest mine, or should I say the closest mine to you, because you're going to be at the front of wherever you are, whichever mine is the closest to that, stay far away from there, as far away as possible. Don't go too far back, because depending on where Jester spawned, he could spawn earlier, like where my ball spawned, and you might go too far back and hit the spikes. Don't go that far back, but just go far back enough to where there's a guarantee that you will not hit any mines, because those mines can disrupt your invisibility and you don't know where they are or when they're going to come up. So just be very, very careful when you fight Jester. You want to do kind of like the opposite of Ball. You don't want to move around too much when you're fighting him. You kind of want to move around just enough to where his teleport doesn't hit you, but not too much to where you start hitting the mines. Alright, so for Vera, the very last boss, what you want to do, and this is very important, after you're done missile showering, be sure to drink a stamina potion, just in case. Just be sure to drink a stamina potion. After you're done drinking a stamina potion, what you want to do is you want to get close to her, just a little bit close, you know, kind of in the fire ring, because if you see where I'm standing outside of the fire ring. You want to stand inside of it after you're done. And what she's going to do, she's going to immediately pop, you know, the poison cloud, and then she's going to venom road towards you. What you want to do is you want to, you know, you should have Geppo. You want to Geppo away from the venom road. Then she's going to use the spit move, which if you Geppo a decent distance, it won't reach you. The arc is very bad on that move whenever she does it. And then right after that, she's going to do the Hydra move. So just be sure to be ready to block immediately after. So once she does the spit move, she's going to do the Hydra move. Block the Hydras, and once she's done with that, you can then Geppo back up towards like the little pedestal thing, like on top of the staircase. If she does not teleport back to the spawn location, and when you go up there, activate Cyborg Flight and fly up in the air and kind of like hover around that pillar left and right until she teleports back. Once she teleports back, you can activate Suke, or you can activate Suke once your missile shower cooldown is off, and you know you've been running around, or it came back once you got to the top of the staircase. It's up to you. I just like to play it safe and just use Cyborg Flight and make her teleport, you know, that way. But once again, it's up to you. Alright, so once she transforms into the Venom Demon, what you want to do is you want to go to the second set of steps, not the first set, and don't go back to the podium. Go right in front of the podium on that staircase, and you want to stay there because she will stay aggro on you if you stay here. And what you're looking for is the Venom Dragons. Once she activates the Venom Dragons, you want to use your Festival Shields. Sharing is caring, which is the R move. And this is the main reason why you wanted to carry Festival Shield in the first place, is because those dragons are unblockable in this form. You cannot block it. The only way to guard it is with Festival Shield. Once you finish blocking the dragons, Sharing is Caring will stay there for a while. That's why you stood so far back. It's because that, you know, Sharing is Caring lingers for a little bit. Once it's finished, you want to activate Cyborg Flight and fly up in the air. Sharing is Caring will not be cooled down the next time you come down. So after you use it one time, the next time you finish the missile shower, it will not be ready. It'll have like a 8 second timer. All you want to do is you're just going to eat the dragons. There's really no way around it. So before you do that, drink a health potion. Once you fall down from the second missile shower, not the first one, not the first time you use Sharing is Caring, the second time when it's not ready, you want to pop a health potion right before that, so that, you know, you're healing after you take the dragons. And you also want to immediately pop Cyborg Flight and go in the air. So the order is on the second time when Sharing is Caring is not off cooldown. What you want to do is you want to finish missile shower, drink a health potion, become uninvisible with Suke, and then pop Cyborg Flight. That's the order. And that's it. That's how you solo Nightmare Plus Impel down. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like and subscribe. I am currently working on a Nightmare, not Nightmare Plus, a Nightmare solo run. I've gotten all the way to Vera. I'm just figuring out a way how to solo Vera on Nightmare. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.